From the News Channel 5 Network, this is MorningLine.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in to Morning Line. I'm Cuthbert Langley in for Nick Barris, who is on the holiday vacation pretty much all week. So thanks so much for joining in. I'm going to try to do my best Nick Barris impression I possibly can. But we're joined this morning with Sheriff Darren Hall, as always. He comes in every month. So thank you so much for joining us on this Christmas week.
Yeah.
How are you feeling for the holidays? Are you feeling ready for it?
You know, I feel like it's either already getting to me or just kind of the sleep habits and everything else kind of going thrown off all week. And, I guess we're there, you know.
Right. I can't believe it's already here with the weather getting warmer. To me, it just hasn't felt like Christmas yet.
I'm kind of the same way. I haven't felt that, you know, the temperature, or I don't know, maybe we need a snowflake or two to get you all in the spirit. So,
yeah, and like last week it was, I don't know, 40 or something, and then this week we were just talking it's going to be in the 70s this week. I don't know. This is definitely not Nashville weather.
Yeah, I was talking to my mother over the weekend, and I remember, I don't know, gosh, maybe 25 years or so ago, but we had tornadoes on Christmas Day here, and I guess the Brentwood area of Nashville had tornadoes way back then. And I just think how weird that sounds, but I mean, with this kind of warmth and changing, I'm sure we have potential problems. But
right, absolutely.
Need something to get in the spirit, and I guess this week and of course next week is a broken week with New Year's, so it's just a crazy time of year work-wise.
And then I guess everyone's so tired this morning because they know they're going to have time off at the end of this week, so we're all dragging. But hey, it's Monday morning. It'll be a lot of fun, and the phone lines, of course, are going to be open throughout the entire show. You can call 615-737-PLUS if you have any questions or want to bring up any issues for the sheriff. One thing that we were talking about, of course, is obviously the holiday season, drunk driving a big concern, but you guys are doing a lot for folks around New Year's for that.
Yeah, you know, we've done for many years the program called Sober Ride, and you guys have sponsored it with us for years. And one of the things that we wanted to do is get the word out to everybody. And we were talking off air that, you know, Nashville's changed a lot as it relates to New Year's Eve. And you know, growing up, there were all sorts of parties and events all over Nashville. And so Sober Ride back then, we would go to these events, these parties, various locations, and then take people home, you know, free of charge and without question. But what's happened is, with the downtown environment and really this huge event that's kind of developed in the last several years, we've realized that we need to centralize those services and be in the downtown, be right in the thick of the event, and then take people home from there. I mean, they're expecting, my understanding is, over 100,000 people in the streets, and so
that's great.
So we need to be kind of, you know, in the middle of that. So we're going to be located a little differently than we've done it before, where we're kind of down in 2nd and Church, right on the corner of 2nd and Church. There'll be a big tent there, and you just come to 2nd and Church. We'll get a vehicle. We'll take you home or to another location, not another establishment, but we'll take you to a residence or a hotel. You know, free of charge. It's a volunteer service. It's a community project that we've done for years, and it's really, from our line of work, a really good opportunity to take people off the streets that are enjoying themselves but don't need to put themselves behind the wheel.
Absolutely, great program for sure. And how important is it? I mean, obviously you're going to have folks out, you know, enforcing, but I mean, it's got to be very important to try to have these programs for folks.
Yeah, you know, I think for years, and this is kind of always interesting, I was in Tampa one time and was talking to someone about the program. They were asking us how we did it and everything, and they were asking, do you ever catch any flack for not enforcing the law on people who are obviously, at least at some point, have been drinking? And my position is that really it's the responsible thing to do. People get out and enjoy themselves. They need to find a way home. There are all sorts of, with Uber and other options out there now, but really this is just a community service project. We give our time. Our staff aren't paid one penny to work, and they're there and give of themselves. And I think part of it's because we know what happens if you get behind the wheel, and we know whether it's the choices you make, but also you put people at risk. And so I just think it's a really good marriage. We're able to take our line of work and give back and not try, you know, a lot of folks have asked us, you know, what do you do? And once someone gets in the vehicle, we don't ask any questions. We don't care. We're just taking you to a location and get you out of there free and safe.
Absolutely. And New Year's this year is going to be huge with the Kings of Leon performing. I mean, it's amazing how much it's grown, the New Year's Eve program they do.
Yeah. I mean, I was born and raised here, and I remember I literally remember you wouldn't want to be in downtown Nashville. It was just, you know, there was not a lot to do, but it was also at times very dangerous. And to see that change for years, over the years, to now some of the largest bands in the world really coming and performing free. And you know, to me, I was half joking about this, but with the weather the way it's going to be, and with the bands, and I mean, who would want to go to New York or Las Vegas or anywhere else? This is the place to be, and the city's better off for it. We're having, you know, obviously puts us on the map, and and people from all over come here. I have a lot of friends that come and visit Nashville. The other thing that's really changed, I think, the landscape of that weekend is the bowl game.
Yeah.
It's really become a very large. I drove in this morning and saw one of the big billboards for Louisville. I guess they're advertising and some of their folks that are coming, and so that brings a lot of atmosphere from the college ranks, and you just never know. Last year Notre Dame was here, and it was just a big crowd. So it's a big weekend. It's good for the economy. It's good for the city, and we just want everybody to have a safe and fun time.
Absolutely. And do you guys work with Metro? Obviously, Metro Police are the main ones, kind of enforcing, I guess, on New Year's night and also into the bowl game. But you guys work. How does that work? That marriage work?
Yeah, they're doing the enforcement on all such things. What we do is we partner with them. For example, we run mobile booking units. We run all, and we're out in the field with them. And so when folks are arrested, they would be brought to these units, and then we process and do all that, and then take the folks downtown for them. And then we're doing security and some other things around town with the police. But their job is really to be out on the streets, patrol, and doing the work. And again, we've partnered with them even on the sober ride thing, because they see the results of, I believe, and we've looked at this for a long time. We've been doing sober ride for 30 years, and there's only been one fatality ever during the 30 years during the operation, and quite frankly, that was due to ice and snow, on that particular time. So we've worked really hard to try to keep the streets safe for the folks who are getting out and enjoying themselves, and those who are maybe just driving through town. And so I think it works out to be a very good community service project for our staff, and the streets are safer for it, and it works well.
Right, absolutely. And you guys got, there's going to be a lot of staffing to kind of organize and go through with all that.
We have over 100 volunteers that literally are giving up a very important time, a holiday time, and their spouses and family and others volunteer with them too. And we put them in a vehicle, and they drive up, and there's no questions asked. You get in the vehicle, we drive you to your location, and it's kind of funny over the years, some of the stories that they hear. They don't ask questions, but they hear a lot. And
I can imagine.
So it's one of the interesting ones several years ago was a fairly young person. I think they were taken home, and the family was not happy with him where he was living, and wouldn't let him get out of the vehicle at the residence, and said, no, he's not coming here. And of course, that's not our job. And so we had to negotiate his staying there, I think, overnight. But it's kind of crazy.
I bet you never know what you're going to run into or the stories you're going to hear.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say, some of the attire, some of the things that people go out in the early hours of the night, or that start the night out, and kind of how the nights finish, it just, I hear a lot of crazy stories about how all that, and again, weather, it's sometimes in the low teens, and people have all this clothing, and then other times it rained, I think last year, the year before, which really changes it. So, but there's so much to do. I'm very proud to be from Nashville, and just so much to do in the downtown area now anyway. And then you add to it this huge concert, and you add to it a football game, and you just got so many establishments all through town that you can find plenty to do. It reminds me of a New Orleans environment almost. It's just all there, and you don't really have to travel far. And we just want to get those people from that location to where they want to go. So from 10 p.m. until 2 a.m. we will be manning the tents, as you will, and there's no reservations needed. We have people call us all the time, and so no, you just need to be there. If you're going to the downtown event, just 10 to 2 at 2nd and Church. We'll be right there. You can't miss us, and you just walk up, and we'll assign you to a vehicle and have someone take you home. And just want to get the word out too. If not us, look into Lyft and Uber and the cabs, and there's all sorts of other programs. There's just no excuse to put people at risk.
Absolutely. Well, we'll talk much more about that program coming up. And if you have any questions or want to join in on the conversation, give us a call at 615-737+. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back.